Welcome to Contra Costa Confidential, the podcast that takes you behind the gates and into the hearts of the Contra Costa Country Club community. I'm JD McCormick, owner of Pan Coast Pizza, member of the Contra Costa Country Club since 2016, and a member of the board.
And I'm Brett Thomas, another Contra Costa member here since 2023. Also an entrepreneur, own a baseball facility down in San Ramon. And whether you're talking about golf mastery, sharing the lore of our historic course, or sitting down at the chef's table, we're here to give you an insider's look at the lifestyle and the legends that make this club home.
All right, welcome to Contra Costa Confidential, episode 11. We're here with the current club champ, Gary Wilkerson. We're going to play Oh Shit Corner 6, 7, and 8. Give you guys some tips on how to lower your scores and have more fun. Gary, any advice before we tee off?
Yeah, listen to JD. These are not my favorite driving holes, so
Yeah.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. So let's get this thing
We got
started.
team lean and mean and short and stacked. Let's go.
All right, so my thoughts on this hole for me when I'm playing the hole are really to anything middle of the trap and just try and really just hook it as hard as I can. Because like I said, I can't hook the ball that much. So if I can get that ball moving just a little left here, it'll end up in play. If I hit it just halfway decent, it'll get over the trap regardless. So anything straight over the trap or 30 yards left, it's just fine. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
Okay. And carries the trap right over.
Yeah. So
Halfway decent.
it's about as good as I can hit a golf ball right there. Went pretty straight, maybe a 1 yard fade right over the middle of the trap. It might be in the rough, but still left of the path. Would be in good shape.
So what I think about when I'm standing here is don't top it, don't pull it left, and don't be a bitch and pop it up like 5 yards in front of the tee box. Let's see. I dream of hitting that bunker. That would be a great drive for me. Oh, that'll end up either just short of it or just short of it. There we go, just short of it.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many ways I've played this golf hole. I know in like the member guest and member, when there's a horse race here and it's, alternate shot, I'll hit an iron off this tee. That way it just takes, everything out of play. I can hit it, leave it just short of the trap, have my guy get the second shot down there.
Interesting. So you would go shorter and accurate over distance. And
yeah, just because I think
variant.
it's the last thing you want to do is hit a, for me, just hit a dead pull way left, you're out, or
Sure.
you hit it way right and you're looking for a golf ball. So it's just minimalize, make your par and move on.
And in the horse race, it's a race of attrition, right? And so you're just trying to survive and not be the highest score on the hole.
Yeah, in a horse race, 5 is a good score and you move on,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got the second shot here in front of the bunker. I don't have the distance to go for it, so typically my line is I'm going to go towards the shitter and leave it there and kind of hope for like 110 to 120 yard shot in where this pin is.
Perfect.
That's kind of my thought on how I approach this one. It's 50-50 what happens with the 3-wood into the wind, so let's kind of see what happens here. Topped it, nailed it. Son of a bitch.
Still in play.
Still in play. So one of the things that you do really well on your swing, it's really impressive, is you use the ground. And you really push off. Where'd you learn to do that? Is that something you practice, or is that something that you've just developed over time?
Yeah, it's not really something I've ever thought about. I just, being a smaller build guy, I've always had to create speed and force wherever I could. So it's, getting your hips and your, lower body through the shot as quickly as possible is where speed comes from. A lot of people think speed comes from your arms and, just swinging as hard as you can from the top. It doesn't start there. It starts with, watch the guys on TV. What's the first thing that moves first on their downswing?
Yeah.
It's their hips opening
their
up.
hips coming in towards the ball.
For sure.
All right. We got the other guys clear now. How often do you end up in the bunker?
Maybe a couple times a year. I mean, in the wintertime, that gets to be a bit of a carry, when it's cold and wet and ball doesn't want to travel that much. But
Here we are.
here we are right here in the rough.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And for me, this is always like a pace of play thing. I could go for this every time, or I hate making the guys in my group wait.
Sure.
So it's a lot of times I'll just poke something down there and make it a pretty easy second shot.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here, if it's worth the wait. Lie doesn't look too good. It's kind of sitting down a little bit.
Who the fuck are we listening to? This isn't R. Kelly. This is R. Kelly. No.
I think this is PM Dawn.
PM Dawn.
It's a banger of a song. Yeah, so I'm just gonna lay something down here. Just gonna poke a little 9-iron down there.
Okay.
Keep something in play.
Good ball.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Stay
trying
just
to do.
inside the fairway there. A good angle in.
For those of you at home, JD did not do that. JD tops his ball 10 yards. Now we got to go back to hit mine. Okay, this one's a little bit, this isn't quite go zone, but looking to get it a little closer.
Can you hit a draw here?
I was going to try to. I mean, I've got a decent lie for it.
Sounds like it was hit really hard.
It's going to be up on that little incline, but gives us a look to at least save par. Thank you, sir. Look, the club champ.
We all got to do our part to make this
That's
place
right.
a better place.
Keep Contra Costa great. Divot mix. Fix your pitch marks.
Yeah, you see those bumper stickers everywhere. Keep Tahoe blue.
Yeah,
We need some out here that say keep Contra Costa green.
that's
Fill
right.
your divots.
I love that. We could get the marketing team on that. Get Karina on it.
Maybe get some hats made.
Ooh, I like that. Maybe that's a new slogan for next year for Christian in the
That would
Pre-Shop.
even be a great slogan for Fareed again to make a hat.
Yeah. Again, brought to you by Velvet. Get all your local stoner needs at Velvet, velvet.com.
Stay fly, stay high.
That's right. Okay, so you've got, let's see, pins in the front here on 6. You've got 83, 85 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 85 yards here to a front left pin on 6. Just a nice little chippy lob wedge here. I got plenty of room right and the slope right where I can kind of spin something in there. So hit it about 10, 15 feet right and let it just spin down towards the hole.
Okay. It's a good ball. Must be nice to do what you say you're going to do.
Pushed it a little bit, but ball went right and then spun a little left. So
It's still it's a great shot.
about 8 feet for birdie.
Lead by example out here at Contra Costa. Okay. I like this shot here. It's one of my more comfortable shots. Just a nice, like, 60, 70 yard, like, little chip. I think it's nice having this upslope. And I left it short. But got that left for par. Hi, Mom.
Fun to see a birdie go in on the
Oh my God.
on the tougher par 5s out here.
Yeah, this is always a challenging hole. I like that it's in the mix for, horse races and club championships and everything. It's always a nice hole to be a
Weeds
part of.
people out.
It does. I mean, again, I think, oh shit corner, 6, 7, 8 is a good way to kind of make or break your round. You've got the 5, 4, 3, got a long par 3. If you make it through here at par, you've got a good shot at a good round.
This one and 7 are very similar in that when the pin's in the front here,
Yeah.
it's at least a half, maybe a full shot easier than it is when the pin's in the back.
Yeah, totally agree. When the pin's in the back, especially back right or back left, it's really difficult. Because the green is so massive, it's easy to get caught up on the front and not get the run out.
Yes, both of them. It's you It looks like it's a lot of room back there, but it's really not as much as you think.
Yeah. So on these longer putts, especially from here, you know that hill pushes it right to left. You got to get it up the hill. This is an easy one to leave short. But thankfully, Derek's been doing such a good job with this green that there's not a lot of hops in it. Except that hop that costed me my par. Fuck you, Derek.
Just lost a little pace there. Didn't want to get too aggressive. 5's always a good score here.
5's a good score.
Unless you're playing Troy when you know you have to make 4.
Yeah, what was this hole like for you in the club championship?
I think the first 18 we both made birdies, and then the second one he had a little trouble on this hole. He hit his second shot a little right, got behind the outhouse over there, and
oh wow, yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
When you see your opponent do something like that, are you relieved, or you put a little bit more pressure on yourself, like, okay, it's go time, like close it out?
For me, I try not to worry about what he's doing so much in a situation like that, because it's easy to get caught up and you start getting conservative because you're like, well, yeah, let's just, par here is going to win.
Sure.
You never think that match play they can pull something out of a hat real quick. So
yeah.
You just focus on hitting a good shot. Okay. That's all you can do in that situation, rather than, oh, I hope they hit it over the green and make double, and
it's good
makes
advice.
it even easier for me. It's just, you still got to hit good shots.
Yeah, I think it's easy to get caught up in what your opponent's doing and then try to just match them on that one hole. I'm starting to gain a better appreciation for the spa, like jazz.
Keeps you mellow.
Doesn't
get you up, doesn't get you down.
Yeah. I mean, it's no AC/DC.
No Back in Black. It's no Metallica. But
right. Doesn't get you super excited, but, keeps you mellow.
I mean, have you ever had bad thoughts when you're listening to spa music? You're either checking into a hotel or you're getting your back rubbed.
It's true. I mean, listen, bad, naughty, I don't know, but yeah, there's thoughts.
Yeah, so another demanding tee shot here. Like I said, this hole is so much easier when the pin's in the front.
Yeah. Where's it today?
It is in the front. So
front
I'm
left.
just going to try and poke a little iron up there and see what happens.
Okay. What's your goal distance for your second shot on this?
Well, it's this hole, it's most of the time it plays into the breeze.
Yeah.
So if I can get this ball inside 150,
okay,
total goal.
All right.
Yeah. Just because if you're inside the 150 yard marker off the tee, when that pin's in the front, it's usually 20 yards shorter.
Sure.
So then you only have 130 yards in, which is a small gap wedge or pitch and wedge.
Okay.
Right.
Left-hand side. Whereas I'm just trying to hit the fairway. Side note, this is where I'm going to make my move on Gary. I pop here off of him.
Swing, John.
Ball, John.
He's
Nice.
on the left hand in the rough. I'm in the fairway. Let's see how this goes. All right.
Good swing there by you. Yeah.
This hole has been a torment for me the last couple of times I've played. Been left more often than not. Lost a couple balls. I find if I slow my swing a little bit and just focus on, hey, just make good contact and don't worry about the distance.
Funny how that
on this.
works.
I know, right? Like, it's
Let's not try and kill this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit the ball solid.
Yeah, just make good contact. I find when I try to muscle up and do something dumb, I pull it left because I'm yanking my hips open and just immediately shooting it out that way.
Yeah, so I pulled that one a little bit, but
that's okay. I don't find this shot too punitive from over here.
Nah, it's a good angle because you got a backstop to the right over there.
And the ball sits up a little bit too.
It does. There's never really a bad lie over here on this left side, but lately it's been pretty firm. I've seen some balls kind of bounce through the rough here. And
yeah, they've cut it down a little bit more. I don't know if that's part of the 4th of July or, making it short.
Did they do some mitigation there?
Yeah, some fire mitigation, but Derek's done a really good job of keeping this hole playable and doing this.
Yeah, he's done a really, really good job. I've talked about that with a lot of members. Like, Derek's done such a great job since he's been here. I would agree.
Yeah.
I think he's also been blessed with great, great weather. I mean,
I
it's
think
been
so,
a perfect storm for him. What have we had? Maybe 2 or 3 days since that he's been here that have hit, 95 plus.
Yeah.
So
I think from an agronomy standpoint, it's like a dream summer so far.
yeah, it's been really, really good to grow the grass and recover from the aerification processes that we have put in place. So he's doing a great job, regardless of the weather. He's done a really great job.
Yeah.
Greens are firmer, fairways are firmer.
I love it. A good fairway that's firm, you get a little run out, and the greens too.
Yeah, now when you have to sit there and think about where to land your ball on the green when you're chipping it, this course gets really, really tough. So.
Yeah. We played Blackhawk yesterday in the East Bay Golf League, and they were struggling on the greens. Like, tee to green, they were good, but once they got on the green, they couldn't putt.
They were just clueless. Yeah.
Yeah. And you saw them get, like, visibly frustrated with it.
How'd that match end up against those guys yesterday?
Bro, we smoked them. We smoked them fools.
What was the final score?
I think it was 27 to 18 or something.
Wow.
Kevin and I won 8.5 with 9 available points. Kevin dropped the half point, which I'll never let him live down. He pushed the back with the pro.
Yeah, I got 139 here, so just a little pitch and wedge into the breeze here. Shouldn't be too much going on here.
Okay.
Worked out. That ball just came out with no spin on it. Kind of knuckled on me. There we are. We'll try and make a par.
When you listen to radio, do you listen to KOIT and like just go to the dentist's office and hang out for fun? Like listen to this music, or like what do you do?
No, when I listen to the radio, I'll just listen to NPR.
Oh God. NPR.
Listen to people tell stories.
There is something that it is oddly calming listening to people tell stories. I listen to some podcasts, not my own, but we took a drive up to Seattle to visit my in-laws and listen to a bunch of podcasts. It's good to hear stories.
Well, that's one thing. Like when I used to drive a lot when I was in college and visiting my parents in between Alabama and South Carolina. And, you get so tired driving.
Yeah.
The only way to keep your mind engaged is to listen to people talk on the radio.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Yeah.
A lot of old talk radio. That's good. Oh, yank that one a little left. That's going to be in the sand. Yeah.
Solid strike, just a little left.
Just a wee bit left. There's a great app called Audible, Autibl, or maybe it's Autio with a T, but it's a pet project of Kevin Costner and one of the producers of, I think, Yellowstone. But it's an app on your phone, and as you're driving, it will pop up an auditory fact about something in the story. It's like Mount Diablo, and so if you're on a road trip,
while you're in that area,
yeah, and it
so
uses
it's like
your
geolocation.
GPS.
Yeah, okay,
it's really cool, and they'll tell you the story of like the local. Like we were driving through Weed, and they were telling the story of how Weed was founded as a city. They fought their name, how the association with Weed, and now they totally embrace it, and it's revitalized their town. It's an interesting listen.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to 2026. There's an app for everything.
For everything. I was driving here today, and it popped up and said, "Hey, you want to learn about Mount Diablo and how it got named?" I said, "Yes, I do." Okay, so I've got to get this ball up over this lip and just let it roll down. This is not my strong suit as a shot. Let's see what happens. Nailed it. Another thin shot by JD. But at least I'm not in the sand anymore.
Yep.
Always rake your bunkers, kids. Keeps the boogeyman man away from you. I should eat your Wheaties.
A lot of break in that one. Go in.
Oh, Sorry. For my bogey net par. For those of you who've never seen this, I do putt one-handed.
How long have you been doing that?
Since October.
Did somebody introduce you to that, or you just figured it out on your own? Or?
It's kind of one of those things I figured out on my own. I had been doing the tiger drill of just putting with your dominant hand between the tees to control the club face and distance. And through many frustrating rounds, I just started experimenting with it live on course, and it seemed to work out a lot better. I like the way the ball rolls off the club face.
And you do it even on long putts as well,
even on
right?
long putts. I think, the thing is you got to have a strong wrist to be able to do that.
Yeah, you've got to keep the face stable.
Yeah, and it's more stability. I think the other piece too is, the Lord has blessed me with a certain feature that is good for drinking beer, maybe not so good for moving my arms around and giving consistency when you're putting. So for the ability to just go back and forth like this rather than like that, it's proven to be
It's a
an
one-arm
unlock.
pendulum.
Yeah,
there you go.
Absolutely. All right, so here we are, par 3, 8th hole, the longest par 4 on the course, easiest par 4 on the course, we like to joke. Let's see here. You were par, I was bogey. I got to make a move on this hole. All right, 202. Wind tends to be at your back a little bit more on this hole, yeah? When the pins...
prevailing wind, it's this hole is 99% of the time the wind's going to be at your back.
So on a day like today, when the pin is on the back right, what's your approach? Do you go try to fly the bunkers, or are you trying to just get it on the green and par is a good score?
Yeah, so what I always shoot here when I take my yardage here, I'm going to take my yardage to what is it to cover the front trap.
Okay.
All right. So right now it's 195 to cover. So that's mainly the number I'm looking at, is maybe it's like 98 yards to get this ball on the green.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yep.
So there's a little help there.
Yep.
So let's call that 87.
Okay.
187 shot. And I'm looking, when the pin's back right, even now I'm looking at the middle of that back trap.
Okay.
That way, if I cut it just to maybe a little too much, it still should hang on the green. But if I hit my typical shot, maybe a 2 or 3 yard fade, it should catch that slope and just spin right.
Okay.
Trickle down the hole, trickle down right towards the hole. Maybe if I can get this ball within 25 feet, I think is a great shot.
All right. See what you got. And that's the exact line you took, is that middle bunker and let it roll out. Just kind of hung up on that front little shelf there, huh?
It did. I took 1 club less there. I hit 8 iron.
Okay.
Just playing it a little safe there, a little conservative.
All right.
Great swing here by JD.
See what happens.
It's soft. Soft. Soft.
Stay on. Ah, rolled off the
Great
back.
shot. Just on the back fringe, maybe
Thank you.
20 feet. It's a great swing.
See, I didn't overthink it. I just see ball, hit ball.
Yeah, wind started picking up there. As you can tell, it carried your ball a little further than you thought it would. I thought the same thing on mine, where I was like, okay, I'm going to hit a 7 iron, and then the wind picked up, so I went back, grabbed the 8. That's kind of why that ball just hit a little softer than I thought it would, but anything on the green here.
What do you think about this hole? Is this a favorite, or is this one that you're like, shit?
I know it's a hard hole, but I really enjoy playing this golf hole because it's such a demanding tee shot.
It is.
And good shots get rewarded here.
Yeah.
And bad shots do not. So that's why I appreciate this golf hole. Rarely do you see somebody hit a bad shot and it ends up, good.
I find this green to be really tricky too, especially where this pin is. You wouldn't think it has as much slope as it does when you're putting on it.
Very slopey all around this.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for Bird. Gary's way over there. You might have to zoom out to get where Gary's at, but I wouldn't put it past him to put this within 5 feet of the pin, just given his putting prowess and ability to read a green and pace. I think one of Gary's strong suits is actually putting He gets a lot of love for the distance on the driver, but he's an excellent putter. And really, there's
you can
not
leave
a
that
lot
one
of
in. That's fine.
aspects of his game that are lacking. It's kind of somebody who pushes you to be a better golfer.
A lot of break and very quick once it gets to the top of that row. Kind of hit, pick a right line, pick a line, commit.
Settle down.
And that ball is gone.
Man, you see that just take off. All right. Now we're both off the green. Okay. Got a right to left, straight downhill. This is a tough one. Almost makes me want to use two hands. Maybe I should have. Oh! First the ball in the tree, now the ball is hanging up on the cup. All right.
I thought the gravitational pull of JD would
Yeah.
get that ball in the hole. But
I was kind of thinking so too. That's why I stayed away from it. All right. There we go. Bottom of the cup. Gary,
take 3 here all day and run.
great playing with you. Thanks for spending the time with us.
Of course.
Say hi to Mom.
That was fun.
That was a good time. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys out on the course. That's a wrap for this episode of Contra Costa Confidential. We hope you enjoyed the look at the stories and the strategy behind our club life. Until next time, we'll see you on the links, or we'll see you in the clubhouse.
Be sure to stay connected by subscribing to the show. You can find full episodes on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, and follow the club's Instagram feed for excerpts and highlights. And as always, keep an eye on the weekly approach for the latest news from the pro shop and beyond. And remember, what happens at Contra Costa definitely does not stay at Contra Costa.